Hello and welcome to Encore. Coming up in today's programme, a roundup of the must-see shows in the world of visual arts. Starting off with a stroll at one of France's most picturesque photography festivals, the town of Gacilly says "I love Africa" for this year's edition. The most striking, surprising and spectacular imagery from National Geographic magazine, as the publication gathers the very best of 125 years in print with a new show in Paris. And we check in with one of the world's most famous cartoon creations, as Astrix goes back to his Belgian roots with a new exhibition in Brussels. We kick off in Brittany, in the northwest of France, as the town of Gacilly hosts its annual photo festival. It's the largest open-air photo exhibition in the country, and this year images from sub-Saharan Africa are top of the bill. Julien Sauvager went to check it out.
A savanna complete with lions, giraffes, and even hippos. This summer, visitors can experience a taste of Africa in the French town of Gacilly during the village's annual photo festival.
An outfit fit for a king.
Fatoumata Diabete has transplanted her small studio from the streets of Bamako, where she's inviting visitors to pose in front of her lens for a special kind of portrait made famous in Mali and Senegal during the 20th century.
The idea is to take people back to another era. For me, it's nostalgic. I wanted to bring this back because every time I would see similar old works of other great West African photographers, I would say, wow, these are amazing photos. So I decided to become a professional photographer.
Behind this back alley, it's impossible not to be impacted by these iconic photos, an essential part of African art history.
There's a tradition with portraits and we wanted to show that. There's also street photography, which is very pleasing. It shows the incredible energy one can find throughout Africa.
The photos are fantastic in all their beauty, portraying such a joyful, carefree attitude. The purpose of this festival is to display the works of the great masters of international photography and also feature young new talents.
From Senegalese artist Omar Diop to Ethiopian Girma Berta. While the modern scene has taken inspiration from the past, each new artist brings their own style into their work, challenging cliché mentalities about the continent.
Personally, when people talk about Africa, yes, there's misery, yes, there's war, but I always tell myself it's important to teach others that Africa isn't just about those things. There's happiness there too.
A happiness that's captured in photo after photo. Visitors can discover an Africa full of color, smiles and life, all in this idyllic setting.
Some more iconic imagery now, courtesy of one of the most respected publications in the world of photography, National Geographic magazine, celebrating 125 years of documenting the planet's flora and fauna. And with a special exhibition here at France's Natural History Museum, visitors are getting a chance to get up close and personal with some of the most memorable pictures from their pages. Rochelle Harrison-Pless has more.
With her piercing green eyes, Afghan Girl is one of National Geographic's most recognisable images. The iconic portrait appearing on the cover in 1985.
She was an orphan. She was forced to flee Afghanistan during the Soviet invasion. The photographer Steve McCurry captured her image in a refugee camp. Her look of suffering captivated the world, and she embodied the innocence of a martyr.
The monthly magazine is renowned for its dramatic images. Founded in 1888, National Geographic began life as a scientific journal. The arrival of photography transformed it into a mainstream magazine, which quickly became a reference for high-quality photojournalism. This image of a lynx, captured with its reflection, dates back to 1902, while this zebra was snapped in 1910. The National Geographic Society has financed more than 10,000 expeditions. From that of Robert Peary, whom in 1909 claimed to be the first person to reach the North Pole, to the historian Hiram Bingham, who rediscovered the ancient Inca city Machu Picchu in 1911. Plus the French deep-sea explorer Jacques Cousteau. The exhibition displays the original model of his diving saucer, a submarine for two. And in 1985, a National Geographic-funded expedition uncovered the Titanic, the most famous shipwreck in history. Available in 75 countries and 33 languages, the magazine has a circulation of over 6 million per month. With no less than 100 photographs on show, the exhibition not only reveals the amazing natural wonders of our planet, but also drives home the importance of protecting it.
We're headed to a quiet village in Austria now, where a unique collection is highlighting the intersection of art and psychiatric treatment. Part hospital and part gallery, the Gugging Centre has produced tens of thousands of pieces of work over the years. Rebecca Rosman takes a look.
These pieces may look like the craftsmanship of highly trained experts, but the artists behind these works had little to no formal training. It's a concept known as brute art, or outsider art. French artist Jean Dubuffet coined the term in 1949 with his L'Art Brut exhibition. It highlighted the artwork of people with various mental illnesses. The pieces from that exhibit are now on display at this artist colony, just north of Vienna. For more than 50 years, the Art Brut Center in Gugging has combined the worlds of psychiatry and art. Mentally ill patients here have produced more than 70,000 recognized pieces.
Every person needs a place in society. Every person needs to earn money. Every person needs to be able to invite other persons to make communication. So, to make art has the chance that these people can get all this, which we also need in the same way.
Some works have even sold for more than 100,000 euros. The gallery has drawn in a number of visitors over the years, including David Bowie, who bought several pieces for his personal collection.
We're happy that we're here, a place where we can paint and draw. We're good painters and designers. It's so beautiful to draw and paint. People are happy to see our work, and this makes us happy too. We're happy that we have a place where we can live and express our art.
The 15 current artists in residence split the proceeds from sales half and half with the gallery, of which they are also shareholders.
Next to a character who may appear small on the page, but who's a giant in the world of cartoons and comics. Astrix the Gaul is the star of a new show at the Belgian Comic Strip Centre, which focuses on his relationship with the country of his birth. The exhibition pays tribute to the creators of the best-selling series, Gacilly and Uderzo, who, like Astrix, started their careers in Belgium. Ellen Gainsford has the story.
It's over 30 years since Astrix and Obelix first set off to fight the Belgians. In the 24th comic book about their adventures, their authors, René Goscinny and Albert Uderzo, took a cheeky pleasure in exploring the customs of the country.
Of all visitors, more than 80% comes from outside of Belgium. And I think this exhibition offers them a perfect opportunity to discover Belgium in a playful way and through a real masterpiece of the night art, Astrix in Belgium.
A quote from Julius Caesar was the inspiration for the story. He's said to have proclaimed, "Of all the Gauls, the Belgians are the bravest enemies I've ever faced." Taking this as an insult, Chief Vital Statistics drags Asterix and Obelix to fight the Belgians.
Uderzo and Goscinny, especially Goscinny, who is basically half Belgian by his wife, knew Belgium by heart. And when I say by heart, it's in the true sense of the word. Since the 50s, all their employers were Belgians, and their cartoons were done at Belvision, and their friends were Belgians.
Goscinny and Uderzo make reference to Belgian heroes and celebrities, to the culture and the history of the country, as well as its love of gastronomy.
This beautiful Gaul, a mythological Belgium, still exists, and in Brussels we call it Zwanzi. Zwanzi is the specific humour of Brussels and exists in the comic. It's a kind of boastfulness, we could say, like people from Marseille.
About 2/3 through, the book was interrupted by the death of Gacilly. From that point on, it doesn't stop raining, and the colours are much darker compared to the rest of the comic. Never want to miss a joke. It also works as a spoof on the bad weather in Belgium.
We're finishing the show with a little music, more specifically the strains of Hans Zimmer. The German composer has signed the soundtracks to over 150 films, including the Academy Award-winning score for The Lion King. He's performing here in Paris, accompanied by an orchestra and a choir. Here's an idea of what's in store from a concert earlier this year at Coachella. Remember, you can check out our website for more arts and culture news, and do keep up with Encore on our social media channels. There's more news coming up after this.
Join us here on France 24 this Sunday for the results of this crucial parliamentary election here in France.
That's right, don't miss our debates and special programs to find out what the future holds for this country.
He blew away the mainstream parties in France's presidential vote, but it's this House that will determine how the country's new 39-year-old leader will govern.
Will Emmanuel Macron get an outright majority, or will he have to share power with the Conservatives, the far right, or the far left?
So be sure to tune in for our special coverage this Sunday
here on France 24 and France24.com.